What's your name?
Handsome.
I'm Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Nice to meet you. This shake hands not only changed Trump's life, but also changed the United States in a sense,
Affected the world
and
after.
even a few years
With
the
Trump
man who
was
shook
named
hands.
Roe Cohn.
He became the worst lawyer in the United States. Roe was Trump's early life philosophy teacher. Trump is a born businessman with a evolved mind and a great ambition. His father is a real estate businessman, and Trump has always wanted to be bigger and stronger along this line, so he has a lot of respect for his father. His brother Freddie is a famous airline pilot. It's a decent job, but in his father's eyes, brother is just a driver on a bus in the air, and he can't get on stage at all. You know what kind of embarrassment that is for us whenever I'm asked about my family, I don't mention you. That's how embarrassed I am about you. In fact, Trump's life is not good enough to rent his family's property. He's just doing some rent-seeking work, but tenants are all hard-working owners, and most of them can't pay full rent on time. The most important
Trump's
thing
family
is that has a racial discrimination
rents a
that
house to black people
charge
too.
for times the rent at present. Government has complained that as long as lost, Trump's family will declare bankruptcy in order to turn the situation. Trump wanted to take over a Central Railway station into a modern commercial hotel. This idea is a stone in the eyes of investors at that time. Economy was very sluggish. Women who came out to serve did for more than $40. Who would have the money to live in a luxury hotel? In addition, Trump's family is also carrying a lawsuit. The investor clearly stated that the project negotiated, but the premise was no lawsuit. The tragedy was that no chose. Now he had no bargaining chip. At the end of the game, Trump met Roe C. owned by chance in a club. These people around Roe are either rich business leaders or government officials. In front of Trump is a little student who shoots out. Although there was nothing wrong with this contact, Trump's heart was already on fire. So many bigwigs are around Roe, which only means one thing, that is, all of you, including yourself, are garbage. Not long after that, Trump went to see Roe alone, hoping that he could help him solve the government's lawsuit. At first, Roe wasn't interested, but he didn't expect to chase him straight to the bathroom. Seeing that Trump was so reckless, Roe did not resent him. This kid was a little pushover, so Roe let him sit opposite his little boyfriend. As for the specific details of Trump's case, didn't want to listen because there's nothing he can't do. The record of failure since night is the best proof that what Roe values is Trump's ambition. This night, Trump, who never drank to the point of vomiting, gears of fate began to turn quickly. The next day, Trump gave Roe the information, gave him a $10,000 check, is all of Trump's assets for Roe. This little money is not enough to stop, but he doesn't care since he's in love with Trump. He's going to make him look good on top of that. Roe taught his own rule. The first rule is to take the initiative. Roe called the lawyer in charge of first a bunch of smell. Why swearing and threats of going back to the Department of Justice $100 million. Roe Cohn calling on behalf of my client Donald J. Trump. On the night of the night, Roe received a call from the Department of Justice. The other party said that Roe threatened their lawyer to revoke Roe's lawyer's license. Roe did not change his face and hung up the phone. I don't think so. I don't know all of Roe's protests were rejected by for the evidence of Trump's racial. Do you think everything and Trump is under control? Time is Roe fooling himself. Roe did not give him any explanation that he was in charge of the entire Department of Justice, and then, at the end of the trial, Trump didn't see any chance of winning. On the way back, Roe told him that there was no chance of turning the tables. The other party on this had the actual evidence. There was no chance of winning if you don't wait for Trump to ask. We'll go on Roe to say that if you can't win the case, mean you can't make the case disappear. So he took Trump to see Walter, the head of the Department of Justice. The way Roe solved the problem was to kill him directly. He took out a picture of Walter going, "The last I checked, homosexuals were barred from federal civil service." With the other party's weakness, Roe did not coconut directly put forward a request. He did not want to embarrass the judge and the lawyer, nor did he file a lawsuit. He wanted the Department of Justice to revoke the case directly. If Walter thinks it's hard to do, he'll have these pictures on the front page of the Washington Post the next day. Trump was stunned when he got back to his place at night. Roe told him that the game was controlled by people and rules were made by people, So he didn't. He have to make the rules. He just had to make the people. The third rule is to achieve the desired result by all means. There is no right or wrong. No truth and there is no morality now. Trump has no deep understanding of these words. Until the next morning, when Roe called to inform Trump that the Department of Justice revoked the case. The result of winning the war gave Trump a real insight into Roe's ability without the trouble of litigation. He can start his own business hotel. For this, Roe took him to buy a high-cut suit. How much is this? $1,100. Okay. We'll take it in the matching shirt. I can't pay. Forget it, I don't need your money. You play me back with your friends. Don't be afraid of me, Rose. Tattern has completely conquered Trump. He is sure that this kid will have something to do in the future. The future of Trump, which costs $10, is also buying his own future, but Roe doesn't realize he's evolved yet, and his dog is evolved at night. Trump dressed up went to dinner and suddenly found a few beauties going to a hotel for dinner. But this is a club, and they treat ordinary guests at all. Far away, who looks at this woman can be said to be a love at first sight. See them being by law, and Trump went down like a gentleman. Say they are all Roe's people. When I heard it was Roe, oh, stop talking nonsense. Seeing that the other is a little powerful, quickly went up to express her gratitude. Ask what she needs in return. Trump said he didn't need anything, just a hand. Finally, when it was time to pay the beautiful women, Trump has already paid the bill. After dinner, Trump sent a few beauties back to their homes with a long Cadillac. Ivana, she knows what Trump wants to do, so she said directly that she had a boyfriend. It's just that Trump doesn't care. The Minister of Justice will be manipulated a little. Friend doesn't count because I am getting closer to Roe. Trump also met more big people. One of them is Vice Mayor Dick of New York. Trump's business hotel plan, he doesn't have to worry about it himself. Roe has already paid for him. It's not hard to understand other big people and Roe are mutually beneficial. Only Trump is a blank sheet. If you train Trump, Roe's second half of his life will be fine. Soon Trump took his hotel plan to meet a group of investors. I want to build a luxury hotel with 1,600 rooms. What is the amount of investment for these bigwigs in such a tight economy? Isn't it a waste of money to play high-end? So no matter how Trump describes the luxury of the hotel or the geographical location, these bigwigs are not moved. I had to take a bet. Trump who crossed the sea, went to knock on Roe's door that night. Let the government cut taxes with his current ability. Purely unexpected. Don't talk about Trump, just say that Roe thinks it's a little bit of a joke if someone else Roe won't even think, just kicked out. But this is Trump, he's the valve he raised. It's hard to do, but it doesn't mean you can't do. Soon Roe represented Trump attended the city planning meeting. All on the stage are members of the left. Trump's father is on the stage and the bigwigs, they want to see how good Trump can make the New York government cut taxes. After Roe finished his reason, the left will let the vice mayor express his opinion. After hearing the remarks of Roe and the vice mayor, the chairman did not give a conclusion at the moment, it's obvious that the vice mayor's face is not good. Voting is just not to make the scene too embarrassing. This result is very disappointing to investors. Even his father thought Trump was making a fool of himself. Only Roe has never changed his face. In fact, the night before Roe was wearing a black suit, Trump went into little house. It's his chip, whether it's a businessman or a high-ranking official, as long as it's or a case. Roe has all the recordings. Until now, Trump didn't know how terrible Roe was. He could have used his own strength to blow up New York. And there's the recording of the chairman. As corruption, although the amount is not much. Only $50,000 exposed. But if it's not worth $50,000. So in the vote count Spyro took Trump to the chairman. He asked Trump to wait. He went to the front to negotiate. With the chairman row left in less than a minute. The wine rises in business. There must also be gains in love. Trump tried hard to get close to Ivana. Finally asked him to have a meal. Now Trump is no longer a little Lulu. The renovation commercial hotel is already a matter of course. Trump is the big boss in the future. So Ivana doesn't mention her fiancé or boyfriend. He just said he liked the money. The biggest wish is to have one own indoor design company. Trump laughed out loud one day. Now that you have, it's easy not only to win Ivana. Trump wants to win the world. During the renovation of the hotel one day, went to Roe tell him he wants to marry Ivana. That scared Roe to death. In Roe's eyes, women only affect the speed of a knife. The most important is that once divorced, the woman will take half of Trump's property. Whether Trump can accept it, Roe will never accept it. But now it's impossible to break up with Trump. For this, Roe formulated a pre-marriage agreement. This in his career, like a normal lawyer, the agreement stipulates that if two people live separately, the woman can only earn $20.00 a year from Trump. If it's a divorce, I'm sorry, the woman needs to give all the money or gifts Trump has given her, give it back without scratch. Seeing such an agreement, Ivana threw the ring in front of her. Trump had no choice but to find the ring, and then he ran out to explain. But Trump knew what he wanted, and he knew what Ivana wanted. The agreement came into effect after the marriage, so Trump stopped and promised Ivana to give her $100,000 before the wedding. When Ivana's eyes were clear for a moment, of course, there can't be no words. I love you. Okay. I want to have children with you. I want us to grow old together. Good. So Ivana signed the agreement. The two of them entered the hall of marriage as they wished. In fact, Ivana has her own plan. Since the two of them are married, what she can use is not only Trump and Roe, the top people in this room. There's money you can't make no matter what you do. Just when Trump's career was at its peak, his brother seemed very lonely. Compare Ed to Trump, and lady, know anyone in here? This sense of defeat makes him helpless. I'm fucking mad. Listen to me, can't you fucking keep it together for once? Stop pissing your fucking life down the river. You're supposed to be my dinner. You were supposed to be my dinner. You're my older brother. Stand up. You're such a fucking bum. Yeah. Well, that's the way it is. But Trump has already entered another world, a world where a brother can never touch. With the passage of time, Trump had a child, then moved into a super villa. Today he was telling little Trump when his business empire brother Freddie suddenly came to visit. The more confused, the worse. Freddie brought his nephew a little toe. Trump didn't even look at it, just threw it on the ground. Freddie spoke directly about his failure. He hopes he can change. I hope Trump can help him. As a younger brother, Trump didn't refuse, but he looked down on his brother Ivana, who was downstairs to clean up the guest room. Let Freddie live in the house. I didn't expect Trump to lie right away. There will be guests at home today. Then he took out a few banknotes from his wallet. Let him go out and find a hotel. Let's get together for a day. You know, we'll sort something out. All right, just for tonight. All right. Come on, Freddie, don't put this on me. All right, I mean, it's easy for me to watch your life. Trump hasn't realized it yet. This may be the last thing he's ever done in his life.
Two of
One
them
thing
are in a
hasn't
hotel
been sealed
that,
yet. I was
by the
interviewed
media.
Ivana also took this opportunity to build her own EP. The hotel has its own contribution. Then Trump took part in an interview. He complained about the mayor's incompetence. New York City didn't even have the potential. None of it came. These words seem to be arrogant. In fact, it's Trump's never-ending ambition. When he and Roe sat on the plane surrounding the whole city, Trump saw the whole city on the plane. It was also at this time that he and Roe had a disagreement. Trump wants to enter the casino business. What he means by Roe is now the hotel is not finished. It's easy for a cross-industry large-scale project. It's easy to play with fire. You got to think about the future. The future is coming. The future is here right now. I am the future. It's in Atlantic City. Trump soon made an appointment with a partner in the casino. The casino needs a color permit. It takes 8 to 10 months to get it done, but because of Roe's existence with the moon as a unit, it can be changed to the sky as a unit. As the sun rises in the sky, no longer the ignorant little student. He understands a truth. Most of Roe's relationships are one-off, whether it's the First Minister of Justice or the deputy chairman of the committee. These big relationships can only be used once, and Roe used it all on Trump. This kind of centralized resource to create a subordinate relationship between the two was a subtle change. Trump used to beg Roe to do things. Now Roe has to do things for Trump. He agreed because Roe is playing so he has no choice. It was also at this time that Trump received his mother's this sudden bad omen. It also speeds up Trump's speed of becoming involved. Finally, a family attended his brother Freddie. Trump shed tears that night. He regretted and was heartbroken. He also saw the cowardly end. He hated himself for indirectly killing his brother. Remembered the rules of survival in jungle. Soon the most spectacular Trump hotel in New York City was built. Trump is the brightest star, but Roe, who came to congratulate him, sick number. There was no such concept as cool. He found a quiet place. He told Trump about his request. He wants Trump to reserve a room for his boyfriend because his boyfriend has pneumonia. The villa in the country is too cold. The hotel will be more comfortable. Trump didn't ask more, and he said yes, there must be. Roe, the whole hotel will not exist. It's just that for Roe this is the first time he has asked Trump to do something for himself. This change in the subordinate relationship Trump has long sensed. He didn't think it was wrong. Instead, he thought it was right. Not to mention Roe, even Ivana. He's already fed up in Trump's eyes. Now Ivana is a business partner. As a woman, Trump has no interest in her. Trump Tower, Trump City, Trump Plaza. He coming Trump to Brazil has nothing to do with the ego itself. Roy took Trump pan became a gold card, and he and Ivana also became a married couple. Pretend to be in front of the public, turn around like each other, but it doesn't matter to Trump. What makes him headache is only the banks rush. Trump, fast-paced, is playing with loans and the people who follow him to invest. All the bank a lot of money. Originally, his idea was to pull investment tear down the wall to make for the wall, but during this period, he accidentally learned that Roe had Alzheimer's disease. This is the most unacceptable thing Trump. He didn't even want Roe's to answer. He even asked his secretary to tell Roe that he was not in the company. Who knew he met Roe when he got off the building. Trump kicked Roe's boyfriend out of the hotel and sent Roe Dill nobody. I made you. Don't you forget that I made you. Pretty sure I made myself. You were the loser then, and you're still a loser. Okay. But when he heard that, Trump couldn't help it, accusing Roe of lying. First, Roe's boyfriend didn't have pneumonia, but Alzheimer's disease. Trump spent a lot of effort on that luxury hotel. Business empire is his opening. He would never let a man with Alzheimer's disease in his own hotel. He wouldn't give it to anyone, even if Roe's heart is also a 5-digit. He turned Trump into another self. This is his achievement. But the old Wolf King was the new Wolf King. It's his retribution. You got some feelings now. Suddenly you're the devil. I don't Recognize you're the devil, get the fuck out of here, you old man. Once a friend, now foe in the dimension of time, the only thing that has time itself in order to solve the debt crisis. Trump brought a trust company. I went to see myself. A little stupid dad. He wanted to cheat his father to sign so that Trump became the trust agent of all the family. When his father signed, mother walked in. The old lady took a look at the file and knew Trump wants to use the family, the trust of other brothers and sisters, them be the guarantors of the loan so the bank won't rush to pay back. But once the crash, the whole family has to follow Trump to beg food. So the mother didn't agree. I am looking out for the family, all right. Looking out for the family. I'm pretty much sure that nobody else is doing that. Not Elizabeth, not Mary, not Freddie. No, you do not speak his name. Have your own. Right, it's time for you to go. A few days later, Trump saw Rose. Exclusive interview at home. He was as a lawyer, the whole person has become a walking corpse. He said he had cancer. In front of the camera, what the hell is wrong with him? And he knows Roy has been dead for a few days, so Trump turned off the TV. I called Roy first, comfort and apology, and then the praise for his interview. Of course, that's not the main purpose. As for some free legal advice, I mean, is there anyone better? Come on, I miss you, Roy. You're the only guy that cared, only guy that gave a shit about. Listen, I have this property in, we gonna love it. I come down, yeah, let me of here. So Roy came beach villa in a wheelchair of thanks debt issue. Row get it done. Trump is clean. He doesn't leave. All the value is for him. Is willing to do it even as a gap between the. There's a contradiction between if his own life is left. Tracy still believes that Trump to him. If Trump is not, don't believe it. It's just a dying man. Trump's gratitude. Cheap today is Rose 59. Trump specially prepared a birthday gift. It's a pair of customized Tiffany cufflinks. Its name engraved on it. Oh, terrific. Yeah, they're gonna look at this. Did you see this? Diamond cufflinks for my birthday. My darling, this is Jake Peter. Is Sir Connie perfect? Donald has finally, Trump stood up and spoke. He Rose greatness with kind words, said the friendship between a kind heart but no say Ro always holds the and doesn't say a word for you and must. Don't know what to say. Donald 24-karat American patriot. A friend I know you're gone on to do a lot of things would make me very proud. Well, not over yet. Let's hope. Maybe not tonight. Stay alive. Gotta go to bed. I think. Sorry. Roy left. Trump disinfected the whole. This man who changed Trump's completed the mission to leave this world. And Trump, who returned to the office, begun to think about the next. The planet used to be protection of Roe. There is the political world now. If you want to continue to map of desire, there is use Roe supreme law into it personally. New whirlpool in the political